We're live. Welcome everyone. We're live. That's the worst way we've ever opened up the show.
Yes. Hey, it's Wednesday night. You're here. It's Loser Leaves Wrestling.
Wow. Let's switch it up. Jesus, take the wheel. Thanks everyone for joining us. My name is Red. I'm here with Hammer, Roy Hammer.
I'm hammering tonight, baby. I'm hammering tonight.
Where the fuck did I put my goddamn notes?
Oh, you know what? And I don't have any water. This is a mess.
We didn't prepare, but it's already started. We can't stop now.
Go back.
We can't go back. Thanks for joining us, Roy. Roy, how you doing tonight? Feeling good?
I'm good. Tonight's show was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to talk about it. There's something happened tonight that had never happened before in the history of AEW.
Yeah, there's a few things that
30 minutes of the show was dedicated to women.
Yeah, I have a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
This is exactly what you wanted.
No. This is not exactly what I wanted. At all what I wanted. Let's get talking about the show. Welcome everyone. Sound off the comments. Chica Marks writes, living in the moment. You're damn right, Chica Marks. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. We're all going to WrestleMania.
Hear from you, Chica Marks.
We're in the WrestleMania. We're on the countdown to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania starts right now.
We are all going to WrestleMania.
Yeah, you're going. You're going. Now he's trying to back out here. See,
I'm not
you
backing
see
out.
You see it. But we have to start talking about AEW Dynamite. This is the
whoa,
who's and what's of AEW
Dynamite. Whoa. How you doing?
Fair. I don't have a window.
Yeah, that's right. Your windows are still taped shut.
There's just plastic over them. But it's a real fun time I'm having.
Are you month to month right now?
Yeah.
Because when they do the whole window renovation and the whole paint renovation, they're gonna try to jack up that price.
It's the entire building is doing it. It's the entire outside is doing it. We can't talk about this. Woodsy the Beast says Dynamite sucked tonight. I agree.
Whoa! I thought it was okay.
I agree.
I thought it was okay.
Sound off everyone in the comments of what you think. We do have to have some actual sounds on because I haven't played a single sound for anyone, and that's a problem, right, Roy?
That's a problem.
Wrong. All right, here we go. We have to start the show, Roy.
Yeah, you sound like shit right now.
What did I do?
Oh, you're back.
God damn it! No, it's not great. But it's not terrible. Keep vamping.
You know, it's so interesting because your sound is always kind of like up and down, and when you're like, let me try something, I feel like you have this like mixing board in front of you or something. I don't understand.
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing the sound effects from the board, and that's what fucks up the audio. I'm starting to think. Let's try something.
Oh.
Say what? Oh, actually, that worked out great. Okay, we have to keep moving on.
The sound sounded good. You sound staticky.
I sound staticky right now?
You do.
The fuck?
Oh, you sound good again.
I sound good?
No, you don't. I lied. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Tell me what it sound.
Go ahead.
What?
It goes back and forth. But you know what? We can get started here. Before we open the show with... Here
we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could always hear you. That wasn't the problem.
Oh, so it just sounds bad, huh?
It just doesn't sound very good. But we can keep going.
Oh, last one. Last try.
All right. Different headset.
Last try. Hold on.
Two glasses, two headsets.
2 headsets, 2 glasses. I heard that just a little bit.
You can always use the headset.
How do I sound now?
You sound fine.
Do I sound like I'm on the phone?
You don't sound like you're on the phone, but you sound like you're talking into a headset, which is okay.
All right. This is what we're going to have to do tonight, friends.
Let's just do this tonight. Let's rock and roll. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, we have to get the show on the road because we start off with the Jericho Appreciation Society.
In purple suits.
They come out, and 2.0 starts us off. They're like...
How do you feel about Chris Jericho going by the Ocho?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it works for him and him alone.
Yeah, it's a 2008 joke that it's brought back to now. That feels very Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
right? It does. But we have, they're all in purple, and you know who's there? Luigi Primo. Luigi Primo.
Yeah.
Fucking slinging that pizza so good.
Slinging that pizza like crazy.
They're all wearing purple, and they're all talking about, how great sports entertainment is. They love Luigi Primo. He's spinning pies, and he will make the best pizza pie in the New York City. And they're in Philly, and they all boo. We want pizza chance right when Anna starts talking, and then she gets frustrated for a second. She's going to choke them out, but she introduces Le Ocho, Chris Jericho, and he's the most honorable man in AEW, which makes sense since he's the Ring of Honor champion.
I loved when he took the mic and the first thing he said was, "You want some pizza? Well, you can't have any." It was
was good.
Like, it was so calm. It was so serene. Yeah, it was good.
It was a very good, build him up, knock him down. And he says that he is now, it's not Ring of Honor, his ring is Jericho, and he's the most watched Ring of Honor wrestler of all time, officially.
Which is true,
I don't know. If you're talking about ever.
Most watched Ring of Honor champion.
Most watched champion as Ring of
most watched wrestler
active.
As Ring of Honor champion.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'll take it. And then he talks about how he's having a match against Bandito tonight. And then Danny Garcia, he's talking about him. He's just like, yeah, we had some miscommunications, but we're doing great. And you're an amazing pure champion, Roy. No yawning in front of the camera.
I didn't yawn. What are you talking about?
That wasn't a yawn.
No, my jaw cracked. I was cracking my jaw.
Fucking monster. This fucking
it's been a long day.
No, I get it. Thanks for your help. Roy's been helping me out, and I'm ragging on him. But Jericho got a gift for such an amazing pure champion as Danny Garcia. You know what he got him, Roy?
What did he get him?
A purple bucket hat. What were you about to say?
I said, does he have a history of wearing bucket hats? Like, I already don't remember if he was wearing bucket hats. Like,
I'm not sure if he was or wasn't, but is obviously not a very thoughtful gift.
You know who knows? Brooklyn Bleak. Brooklyn Bleak will know.
Brooklyn Bleak, let us know. Brooklyn Bleak is in the chat. Woodsy the Beast also says the show was just too predictable. Brooklyn Bleak says, really like the hokey WWE intro segment, lol. I did too. I liked this.
I really didn't mind it.
But Daniel Garcia, he's just like, he starts saying, he's like, I think I've had enough. And he says, Jericho's just like, are you, he takes the bucket hat, throws it on the ground. He punches out Luigi Primo.
Yeah, somebody had to.
That was actually really good. And he got over huge. Then Jericho's like, are you a sports entertainer or are you a wrestler? I want an answer right damn now. And then Bryan Danielson comes out. And he's just like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You could stay with the JAS, or you could join I was going to say British Broadcasting Company, the Blackpool Combat Club. And then Jericho says to shut his mouth and that he belongs to him. And that's when Daniel Garcia gets right in his face. And he's like, I'm going to, you want entertaining, Chris? You want entertaining? How about I throw this pizza into the crowd? And they're like, yeah, let's throw it. He throws it, and it falls right to the ground.
No, he said throw it on the ground, not into the crowd. I thought he said, what if I threw this pizza on the ground?
Did you hear the boos after they threw it on the Iron crowd? You want me to throw this pizza into the crowd? And they all scream, yeah, throw it. And their arms going up, and he just throws it on the ground, and they boo. If he meant ground, he's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. But then he does that, and then he starts shitting. Then he's like, "Want what else is entertaining? Me and Bryan Danielson in a tag match against you and Sammy Guevara. Things are getting hot now, Roy. Things are getting hot."
Yeah.
And then 2.0 said they have had enough. And Bryan Danielson challenges him to a match, and it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Daddy Magic. Before we get there, what do you think of this entire opening segment?
I thought it was really good until like this weird, like we've crossed a line, but like it hasn't been firmly established. Like, where does Daniel Garcia fall in all of this? Like, it's just like we're getting to a point where there's gonna be a brawl, and Garcia's gonna break off, and everybody's angry. But then Daddy Magic and Bryan Danielson have a match, and then we don't hear from Garcia from the rest of the show. Like, it felt a little open-ended to me, but not in a good way. Like, we need to know. Do you feel like he's no longer part of the JAS now?
Yeah, I think that's I think yeah, but you're right. There's a little ambiguity there because nothing was officially said, and this is a storyline that needs some ambiguity right now. You know, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need ambiguity right now because we do need to know what's going on because they've been dancing around this topic of Daniel Garcia, whether he's going to be in or out for a while now. So let's get to it. But I will say, while I appreciate the segment, one of the worst ways to introduce a match.
What? This is what WWE does this all the time.
Yeah, but what they do is they said, but they time it well. They don't leave the audience just literally sitting with no music, no nothing right before a match. Like that's like the audience when the match started was dead because they literally waited, a minute before the action actually started from when talking stopped. No music, no intros, quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that they had to clear the ring. They had to get the purple rug out of the ring.
Oh, you're breaking up, Roy.
And stuff out of the ring. So if you're gonna do that, do some kind of brawl.
Yeah,
I'm breaking up.
Yeah, now you're good.
Am I here still?
You're here still. I don't know if it's you or me.
It might be me. I think it might be me, and that's a problem. I'm angry about that. I gotta call somebody.
Don't be angry. Hey, don't be angry, dog.
Oh, you didn't know?
I wonder how big of a delay it is.
Call somebody.
I think there's.
Get it, Road Dog?
See, it's like I'm talking a lot and you're talking a lot, but I think there's like a 6-second delay. Yeah. Did you hear a word I said?
Yeah, I heard everything. I just wasn't responding.
Okay, I think it's good now, right?
Yeah, let's just go for it.
I think it works. It's a good. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's a good.
But I just thought it was a terrible way to start the match. But what we get is Bryan Danielson versus Daddy Magic. How'd you like it, Roy?
I thought it was fine. I thought it was too long. They do this. Every match, not every match on Dynamite needs to be competitive. Daddy Magic, great talker, a lot of fun. We all know he's going to lose, so lose in 3 minutes. Don't lose in 10.
Yeah. Yeah, and I honestly also like Daddy Magic. I don't know. I like his personality. I like his presence a lot. But to be honest, like the way he, I don't know if he's the most polished wrestler just yet, and I think he needs a little bit more time in the oven. But Claudio comes out
I don't know about that. I think he's fully cooked.
I don't think he's like bad. Like it's just like there's some moments like his strikes look like shit. There's moments when
I'm just saying that like, he is who he is.
He sold before the move got to him a few times. Sure. Like that running drop kick. Did you see the running drop kick?
Yeah.
It was a little something. But Claudio comes out, takes out Cool Hand Ange, which was fun. He looked great there. And
that was a lot of fun.
Then we get the LaBelle lock.
The reveal of his suspenders was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. No, very good. Really good. I love that that's a reveal for you. You're just like, I popped big.
Yeah.
I popped big.
I did.
Then we got Brooklyn Bleak saying, Bandito in the ring is great, but make him a trios with Ray, Horace, and Desperado. Then watch the magic happen against Death Triangle. Ray is in WWE.
Ray Horace.
Oh, Ray Horace. I don't know Ray Horace. I thought there was a different person, Ray and Horace.
Ray Horace was very prominent in Lucha Underground. He just didn't go by Ray Horace.
What did he go as?
So if you saw him, I don't remember. But if you saw him, you'd be like, oh yeah, that guy. No, that's El Tejano.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
He had a different. He was a guy who had a different name. He was a masked wrestler. Who had a different name.
Tam's in the chat. Chat writes Slow Mo Roy. Slow-mo Roy. Very good. Thanks, Tam. Give a honk to Tam. He's doing a great job. Woodsy the Beast says reason match went long is because TK doesn't want 2 squash matches on his show. Yeah, that's a weird reason though, Woodsy. Tony's in the chat. Boom. Tony, tonight was kind of meh. If not for Mox and Juice, I tuned out a lot. Boom. I love where they pop in the boom. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
But next up, we gotta keep moving on. The delay is very funny to me. Do you notice the delay?
A little bit sometimes. I'm bummed out. I'm just worried my internet sucks.
Hey, no worries. Yeah, it looks like you're clearing up again. Next up, we have Tony Schiavone narrating a video about Juice Robinson and Moxley. And I really like this role for Tony as just kind of like a narrator of these promo packages.
Yes.
It's good.
They are, in a strange way, they're underutilizing Tony Schiavone. Yeah. They're utilizing him well, but they're just not completely utilizing him in the ways that they should. I want to see less of him on commentary and more of him doing stuff like this.
I agree. I like that a lot. And it was a lot of fun. Then we get an MJF video about his return, and then just really what happened with Wheeler Yuta. And they're like, oh, MJF's coming up right next. And as soon as goes back to the arena, Wheeler comes out. And, Wheeler Yuta has a problem, Roy. Wheeler Yuta's got a problem. He's like, you can put your hands on me. You could have your Dame Store Goon Ding Dong Anderson come out and beat me up. But, the minute that you touch Tony Schiavone's golden little neck is the minute I lose it. I'm very angry. And then MJF always hides, Roy. He hides behind his goons. He hides behind his money. Yeah, it's behind this. He looks at the mic. He's like, oh, yeah, he's behind this. He's just like, but when you're in this ring, I'm going to beat you up. And he's like, oh, you're going to start making fun of people. You're going to start making fun of things. He's like, you're going to make fun of the Phillies, how they haven't won a thing in a while. I'm just like, whoa, why are you trashing your own city? Like, you're from Philly. Then MJF comes out and he calls out Philly and Tony. Before we get to there, how did you feel Wheeler did before we get to MJF?
There's something to be said about the guy who isn't that great of a talker, but just brings 110%. So I ultimately liked it, even if it wasn't that polished and wasn't very good. It was still great because he was so fired up. And I think he actually got better when he was going off of MJF. When they were going back and forth, it actually got better. He got better.
It was a little more natural. I agree with that. Because I think that's helpful for someone like Yuta to have that kind of sparring with someone that's better. And MJF sold for him real well in that back and forth. But MJF comes out, calls out Philly and Tony, and he's a generational talent. He's a multimillionaire at 26. But Yuta doesn't care. Yuta says he doesn't care at all. And he says, bad things happen in Philly. You're going to get blood on the street of Broad Street or something, right?
Huge pop.
Huge pop for Broad Street. Hey, Roy, you know about Philly, right? Well, what's Broad Street? Where's Broad Street?
Broad Street's the main street that goes through Philly.
That's Broadway.
There was a wrestler, just like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like it, babe. There was a wrestler named the Broad Street Bully. The Philadelphia Flyers hockey team, Philadelphia Flyers, play on Broad Street. Okay. They were known as the Broad Street Bullies in the 70s because they were enforcers.
It's a good reference. To name that street.
Great reference. Yeah, it's a great reference.
And then he's like, bad things happen in Philly. He starts running right towards MJF, and that's when the Gun Club come out. And they're just like, up. Don't come out, not so long. And they say that, I don't even know what I wrote down here. Not tonight. And then he makes the Gun Club say his saying. And they say MJF is better than you, and you know it.
That's right.
And that's the end of that. Hated the ending of this.
I didn't like it until the eventual payoff later in the show.
Yeah, I agree. We have some comments here. Brooklyn Bleak says Juice Robinson is another classic example of a wrestler getting so much better after WWE. Man, did I hate CJ Parker. Yep. Or whatever his name was with that basic stupid WWE gimmick. Yeah, no, that was garbage. That is a perfect example of someone like Drew McIntyre before he came back, like someone who left, reinvented themselves and made themselves important. Like John Mox. Well, he's always been pretty big. He's better now than he was in WWE.
He's truly himself now than he was in the WWE.
I agree. Mose is here. Mose, welcome. Mose says, at least we might see MJF actually wrestle next week. Yuta got propelled fast to upper mid. He hasn't had time for mic skills. Yeah. But this is a good time to do it. I just feel like maybe have him work with someone that's not going to drown him out so much, right?
Well, I think they're going to have – I think this is a perfect welcome back match because they're going to have a great match. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. It's going to be really good.
And they're apparently even according to – oh, sorry.
No, go.
MJF talked about how they work together in the Indies. They have that relationship where they know each other pretty well. So that's exciting to see what they could come up with in a match.
Yeah.
And then we got Brooklyn Bleak says, "What happened?" I can't. Lord, God damn it, Brooklyn Bleak, you're being silly now. I don't know how to repeat any of this. It's interesting. It's interesting. We keep moving on. We have Jay Lethal versus Darby Allin promo package, and boy, is Jay Lethal the last straw of like obscurity. Like, poor Darby has plummeted down this hill. Honestly, if he has a feud with Griff Garrison, that's the only way lower.
I think this is the climb. This is the beginning of the climb back up the
climb. This is the climb up? You have to go down to go
somewhere.
Back up?
You got to start at the bottom and work your way up.
He was just with the House of Black.
Which is in the middle of now it's just the House of Brody King. So
Darby out, I don't think that WWE would do a better job with Darby Allin, but I think that Tony Khan is entirely dropping the ball with him.
I think, it's funny because he's one of your young guys, right? He's one of your originals, and it's like you can build him up over time, but the way he treats his body, there's no time like the present. Yeah. You got to run full speed ahead with this guy.
Jeez. But we have to keep moving on, Roy, because we have more show.
Sure, we sure
Guess what happens next? We got a Juice Robinson little promo. Oh, Juice Robinson comes out. Is that it? Juice Robinson. That's the next match? Shit.
They jump.
Yeah, Juice Robinson versus Moxley. And by the way, his name's Rock Hard Juice Robinson. I had that first.
You did.
Rock Hard Joel Bard is a better name than Rock Hard Juice Robinson. His name is Joel Bard. Rock Hard Joel Bard for that 6'7" Frankenstein Sid Vicious. That's one. But he stole that. But anyway, this was a good match, and I like Juice Robinson a lot.
Yeah, he's like, so I don't know if you remember seeing him wrestle like a couple of years ago, but he was
I remember
a babyface so as Juice Robinson, the babyface in New Japan, and he's fine. He was a great babyface, a lot of fire, but kind of generic to me. But now that he's this heel character.
Ooh.
Now that he's rock hard, I think it's really good. I think he's really good.
I'm super into it. And he's believable. He's full of fire. Really great stuff. And Moxley really worked hard with him. Great match. And he wins with an arm bar out of nowhere, which I like seeing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like seeing those type of wins.
It up. Yeah.
But right after that, we have old Hangman Adam Page coming out in his Dolly t-shirt, which was great.
T-shirt. Yeah.
Great t-shirt. They go face to face and just about kiss.
Yeah,
they were so close to kiss. I'm just like, just do it, dog.
Just
come on. But they didn't. They ruined everything. Then we get MJF stops them from fighting.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna win and I'm a generational." I don't like his generational talent line, but maybe that's the point. It's supposed to get me to get at him. But then Wheeler Yuta's right behind him.
So good. Huge pop. Really
huge
good.
Pop. And he really got some fire back from last week, which he needed. He needed some heat after being like nuked like that last week in front of a live crowd.
Yep.
But they start brawling in the box, and it was a fun little brawl.
Fun brawl. Love it.
We love our fun brawls, right, Roy?
Love it.
Love it. We're speeding through this night, but I think it's because of the technical difficulties. Is that cool?
I'm a little nervous. Yeah, let's keep rolling.
Why are you nervous?
Well, because I'm afraid my internet's going to go out, so let's keep going.
But we're talking super good right now. There's no delay.
Yeah. Well, are there any comments? That's what.
No, we're all happy. There's more people watching. We're back on track, Roy. We're back on track.
We're back on track.
I think there was some internet issues and audio issues. Do I still sound like
you sound good? No, you sound good.
I fucking suck ass. It sounds terrible.
No,
honesty.
No, you're
being too nice.
You really
Everyone
do sound
good. Off if I really sound like a shit show.
Red doesn't sound like a shit show.
Never when I could find it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
What's funny, since I moved to these headphones, I don't hear the sounds anymore.
Hey, get that squirrel off my dick. He knows he's not allowed to come on my dick.
I just know that's what it is. I just know because I can't hear it. We have to keep going, Roy. We have to keep going.
Completely off the rails.
Off the rails. Yeah. This is going to be a wacky podcast. I'll tell you that much. All right. We're going to have to figure this out. We have to keep moving, Roy.
Yes.
Got to keep moving.
Yes.
We get a Jericho Bandito promo.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is good. Now we get maybe my least favorite part of this show and least favorite part of AEW Dynamite in a long time. And I hate that I'm saying it, Roy.
Yeah.
I hate, but this was one of the worst produced, worst thought up, worst executed, and patronizing things I've ever seen in my in wrestling.
In wrestling.
I was about to say life. That's a big jump. But in wrestling, in modern wrestling, let's say the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Nope, that's 5 years. Let's say the last 5 years. But like this, so Justin Roberts comes out and introduces Saraya. And she's like, I'm back. Big pop there. Everyone's happy to see her.
She was super frazzled. You could tell that she was like super frazzled from Jim.
That was problem number one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. So we get there and she says wants to change this division. She's damaged, but she's very all over the place. Damaged, but not broken. She is the revolution. Then she starts saying that she's nervous, which I don't think is a good idea to say ever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think she's a good talker, right?
She is a good talker. Yeah.
But she wasn't always.
Wasn't on her A game tonight.
No, but she wasn't always a good talker, though, Roy. When she first started, I remember first hearing her things at NXT and early WWE. She was rough, a little rough. She was nervous, and like, but the way she became a big talker is after she broke her neck, and she started getting some good reps in. She's really started getting some good reps in, where she was like backstage general manager, manager at times, all these things. She hasn't been on TV in over a year?
I would think about that. Yeah, something like that.
She's rusty. And she's not like she's some grizzled vet that did it for 20 years. She had the role of backstage for maybe 2 years.
And also, she's only ever cut promos in the WWE where everything's scripted.
Everything's scripted on her own. And I think she could do it. But for Christ's sakes, Tony Khan has these lofty expectations of everyone who comes in the company to do their best work their very first night. And it's ridiculous because that's how you ruin people's aura. That's how you ruin people's momentum. Like if you maybe had her come out and short promos to the point, impactful, like kind of like showing that she's got it, but easing her way in. They gave her 15 minutes, Roy. They gave her 15 minutes where she was just like nervous, hasn't been out in front of that many people talking for that long ever. She never got 15 minutes in WWE.
No, she didn't.
And so like that was the number one issue.
The atrocity that you think it was. But keep going. Keep
going.
Okay,
I haven't even started on the atrocity part.
Yeah.
This was just this right now could be thrown away with Tony Khan being just like kind of like, oh, that was dumb of me, right, guys? That was pretty dumb. Should have maybe helped her, put her in a better situation. But no, I put her in the worst possible situation. She's like, fuck the time cue. She didn't say that, but she's like, get rid of the time cues. Like she wants all the women out here. And AEW, every single one of you, come out here right now.
This
Four
I did
people
not
come
like.
out.
Yeah,
Four people come out.
Right.
And it's Tony Storm. All come out to Tony Storm's music because they shouldn't have their own music. They're trying to make the women seem big deal, and they have them all come together in groups.
Yeah.
Tony Storm, Athena, Willow, Sky Blue, and Madison Rain. Then Paige is just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna introduce you to them. She starts introducing Tony Storm, and Tony Storm hates every second of this. Tony Storm's face is just like, yeah, I'm the champion. You're introducing me like I just showed up. That's so stupid. It's not stupid. I don't want to call it stupid because I have a feeling I know who came up with the idea for this. I don't think it's stupid. I think it's I think it's incredibly someone should have stopped it. They introduced, we'll talk about it in a bit. Then Britt Baker walks out. And Britt Baker starts, going in on her lines and the crowd starts to get a little hot. She starts to bring them back up. She starts talking about how she's like, oh, look, that's the new toy. Very good. I love that because it feels that way with Tony Khan and his new people. She's like, I put my neck on the line for this company just as much as you did. I want to let my neck held. or something along those lines. Good line.
Good.
Then starts making fun of her name. Is it Psoriasis? I'm not sure how to say your name. And she's like, then Paige, perfect stuff. She's just like, whoa. You're talking about names? Yours rhymes with shit. It's really great. Popped Taz, huge. Taz lost it. And then Britt tries to hype up the next match, which is not something Britt's ever done before. Britt is not a hype person for other people's matches. Tries to hype up Serena Deeb when the crowd starts chanting that they want Hayter. Why would you bring Hayter out there? Why is everyone grouped together? By the way, when Britt comes out, 3 women are lumped with her as well. Jamie Hayter, Reba, and who is that other person?
That's Penelope Ford.
Didn't look like her, but either way, she comes out.
Eye makeup.
Never had any association with Britt before. Now she's a part of the group because
you're
bat. What?
Because she's a heel.
Is this building up a division?
Yeah, but Sky Blue didn't exactly have any association
I think it's
either.
all bad. They should have not done this. As Sarai makes, she's like, you know what? I'm going to make this a lumberjack match. Crowd mild and then whispers like, for the championship. This is just.
It was already for the championship. The match was already for the championship.
Whoever saw, I think, and I know because Paige said it later in commentary, which we'll talk about. But Paige said that she's like asked for this stuff. And I believe it. I believe that she's like, I want 15 minutes or I want to talk about this. Let me go out there and change this. I'm going to change this. I'm going to do this hyped up promo. I'm going to really talk up the women's division, all this stuff. And someone should have been like, whoa, let's build like you shouldn't have all the women come out to one person's theme song. Like you're trying to build a division. You don't just eliminate them as personalities. Basically, Team Storm, Team Britt Baker, kind of Deeb. And then like it should have been like she should have come out and just be like, I want this to be like, get rid of the lumberjack match. Lumberjack matches are bad because it takes attention away from the match.
I agree with that historically, but I don't think the Lumberjacks took a lot of attention away from this match.
There's this one part where Toni Storm is in a submission, reaching for the ropes. And what happens is the Britt Baker and JB Hayter, they get in her face and start yelling, making fun of her, doing storyline stuff. And we can't even see her sell the move.
Okay.
They are in the way of the camera. Oh my God. And it was just no good stuff. No good stuff. The match though. How did you feel about everything before the promo and all that stuff? That 15 minutes of watching someone struggle.
She was struggling, but I don't know. I thought it was fine, honestly. I didn't think it was terrible. But that shows you how low my expectations are for like the women's booking in AEW, because I was like, oh, the women got 30 minutes tonight. Like, that's cool. That's a good step in the right direction. Do I think she should have said, come on out, women's division? No. Do I think should she have said, like, hey, Tony, come on out here and bring your friends or whatever, and then they come out and it's Team Tony, like you said, and then Britt's friends come out and it becomes this thing? That would have been much better. But I also think the reason they did all of this is because, again, what does Tony Khan care about most in this world? Ratings. Cares about ratings the most in this world. And historically, in recent weeks, because of him and only him, the women's segments have been rated lower. So he was like, oh, shit, the ratings for these women's segments are going to be higher because I have Saraya on the show. I'm going to bring out the most important women in my division. She is going to like be associated with them, introduce them to the champion, etc. We're going to do this whole thing, introducing this like extra segment of the audience who's here tuning in for her to who Toni Storm is. And then you see Britt Baker and you've got Athena out there. You've got these different people. You've got these moving parts. I admire the thought on paper, but it didn't work on television.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
And
it honestly should have.
Where's Jade Cargill?
Where's Jade Cargill? Yeah, where's a lot of people? But you're right. Where's Jade Cargill? But like honestly, it should have been. Saraya comes out, and she's just like, I want change in the women's division. So what? This match that was going to happen. I talked to Tony. It's going to be for the championship, and it's going to be a cage match, or it's going to be something. Just
I
make
like
it
the lumberjack match idea. I do like that.
Then you make it. I just don't want any more attention.
That gimmick match is just earned though because there's always people interfering.
But it's just not. It's not. It doesn't. All the lumberjacks that are ever in a lumberjack match, for the most part, look like jobbers. They all, it just screams low card. You're a low card person. Barely, some mid carders are even lumberjacks. Like they wouldn't put like some mid carders in a position where they have to look like an idiot, and that's the idea of a lumberjack is you kind of look like a stooge. You look like a minion.
A little bit. I have to go back and watch some old lumberjack matches from the 90s and the early 2000s.
I'm telling you, I really honestly believe this. I think I've seen one good one.
Sure.
And I think it was Darby Allin, come to think of it. Darby Allin and someone early in the AEW. I'll find out because I remember AEW did a good use of the lumberjack match because like I've never seen a good one used. But either way, this match, because of this nonsense, they did the same mistake twice in one episode, Roy, because they led into a match where they built everything up with no music. Everyone waits, and the crowd was cold as shit for the start of this match. And it took
hard to get the crowd back in.
They did. Well, the first half, like you could tell they were just like, Tony was embarrassed and drained, and she felt like it felt awkward and it looked awkward, but they hit each other hard and they really worked in a great match. Yeah. They pulled that crowd out of nowhere. So just, like that's the stuff that will like get the women's division over, is have really good matches without all this stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say, Saraya going on commentary.
There were some things about it that I enjoyed. She didn't really talk. She didn't really say anything.
And whenever she did, she just kept talking about herself.
Well, I liked that Taz was like, "Oh, call it a lumberjill match," and she was like, "It's a lumberjack match. We're inclusive." And Taz was like, "I'll see myself out. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here."
Yeah, because he's gonna say more racist, stupid, incestuous. Oh, not racist. Whatever. God damn it! I'm hot. I don't have air conditioning.
Yeah, it's insensitive.
Insensitive. For Christ's sake. This match was really good. They did a great job.
They did. The finish of the match was very good.
I feel like this was just a terrible way to kind of revamp the division. I don't know.
It's just the start. It's just the start. As long as Saraya's around, you got to think that Chris Stat's hurt. Ruby Soho's hurt. Layla Hirsch is hurt. Thunder Rosa's hurt. So, I mean, those are 4 names. Say what you will about the booking of Ruby Soho, but those are 4 names that will continue to help your division evolve.
I know, but like if you're bringing out the
Nyla
division
Rose
and you're missing
on the show.
Yeah, but if you're bringing out your division and you're missing, I don't know, 40%,
sure,
80% of your A-list roster.
Right. Where was Sheeta? Where was
if you're missing
Riho?
that, and then you just have like kind of the bless their hearts, but Willow, Sky Blue,
Sky Blue, Willow's great.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not saying anything about them as performers or people, but just like in terms of status in the company, they're the dregs.
Yeah, I would have rather.
They're the job squad.
No shot at Penelope Ford, but again, I would have rather have seen Marina Shafir in that role because she is like, you want to talk about a lumberjack? That's an effective lumberjack.
She should only be a lumberjack for the rest of her career. Tony writes,
the enforcer. She's the Mongo McMichael.
She's the fucking. I'm trying to think of someone who hurts some people.
Sid.
What?
She's
Giant Gonzalez. Tony writes, where was Jade and the Baddies? Maybe they could have made that segment better. Honestly, no, I do not think so. More people in that segment would have been worse.
Right.
That segment needed 3 people. Saraya, Deeb, and Tony.
Yeah.
It needed 3 people. And they brought out oh my God. Tony says Jade trash talking Paige from the ramp. Jade trash talking Paige. Oh, you mean Saraya? Trash talking. Yeah, that would have been fine too. I guess. I want it to be simpler, not more complicated, and that's what the issue is. A lot of the matches that we've been seeing on AEW with women's matches are all the women crammed together in a match. And then you have a 30-minute segment where you do the same fucking thing. Like, why is that better? You just took the bad part and made it longer. Why don't you just take 2 women and have a match for 25 minutes and have a really good, great...
Well, they had a good match.
They did, but against all odds.
Yeah.
The cards stacked against them. Woodsy says, Paige was last seen on TV in December 2018. When she stopped being general manager. She hasn't talked on the goddamn mic in almost 4 years, Roy.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
She hasn't talked in front of an audience.
She hasn't talked in front of a live audience yet.
Okay, she's done some signings. What?
No, she did backstage. She had a weekly show that she did with Renee.
That's different.
Yeah, it is. It is different. It is different. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying she's been on TV though.
Okay. Mo's right. She doubled the average time women are on Dynamite since the start. This is a fact. We have the receipts. Wait, she's doubled the time since the start. Doubled the time women are.
She doubled the time that women have been featured on the show.
One night? That doesn't count. Mose writes, Roy, teach Red about heels teaming up. Shut up, Mose.
Happily, Mose. Happily.
Shush! Hush, please.
Can't hear it. Okay, good. I'm glad. Oh, last one.
Shut up!
Yeah. Brooklyn Bleak says, how do you feel about Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford versus Guevara and Timello? Sabian and Ford had an intergender match on Dark. Oh, that's nice.
That's fun. That's fun.
Sure. Let's do it. Yeah, cool.
Keep it on Dark, box though. Is going to get in the way.
What?
Sabian's box, the box that he wears.
I thought you said something else. Brooklyn Bleak says, to be fair, some people couldn't make it to the show because of the hurricane in Florida. No sounds for that one. Everyone here at LLW and all the LLW, the entire internship, hopes that everyone in Florida is safe and takes care of their themselves, right, Roy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this a bad time to do a PSA?
No, it's not. It's not. It's just we're trying to be somewhat serious, and then you say all of the LLW interns.
No, but we all do. Like the fan,
absolutely.
like they'd say the WWE universe.
Right, the LLW internship.
Oh man, we're getting canceled, dog. Brooklyn Bleak says, where was Marina Shafir, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, where was she? Mose writes, it's not Conti anymore. It's Mello. Ty Mello needs to wrestle again. Yes, and I agree. She's someone.
Last time she wrestled, she did drop Ruby on her head and then break her nose. But hey, we all got to get back on the horse.
Yeah, we all do. Brooklyn Bleak says, does Saraya on Twitch account? Yeah, she probably. Yeah, that's her big deal.
She still has a Twitch, I think. Yeah.
I think she makes a lot of bank on that.
Video games. She plays video games on that Twitch.
But we get Tony Storm winning with a avalanche pile driver at the second rope. Like that second part of that match was night and day. Like it just awesome match at the end.
They turned it on.
They turned it on.
Yeah.
And thank goodness for them to save that segment from the cold clutches of Saraya.
Oh no!
The cold, just trying to strangle it. It's not her fault. It's honestly Tony's fault for doing this for years of treating the women's division like shit, and then be like, "Oh, Saraya says she's gonna do it. I'll just give her the things and let her do
go
it."
For it. You try it.
And so it's just like that's not fair. Bo says, "Roy, can you explain to Red how faces team up too?" I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, sometimes, Red, there are two people.
What? Did they say it at the same time?
I watched this clip today from the Invasion era where Vince McMahon's giving a pep talk to the WWE guys, and it's Angle, Austin, Undertaker, Kane, and Jericho. And every time Vince makes a point, Austin goes, "That's right. Yeah." And at one point, Undertaker turns to Austin and goes, "Will you shut up?" And Austin's like, "Hey, all right." And then at some point at the end, he's like, because Vince is like, because divided, together we stand. And then Austin just bursts out, "Divided we fall." And Undertaker pushes Austin a little bit, and Austin looks at him and gets mad, but is afraid to push Undertaker, so he turns and shoves Kurt Angle. It's so good. It's that era. I know that Austin says he never should have turned heel in 2001.
But
it's
so much
so
fun.
entertaining.
He did his honestly some of his best backstage work.
Yeah.
I think that might be his best backstage work ever.
Yeah, I think
because he's a great alive. You want that classic Stone Cold, but backstage you want fucking heel Stone Cold all day.
Yeah.
Well, we got to keep moving on, Roy, because next we get
Stone Cold. Yeah.
We get Tony. My God.
Okay.
Tony, we got Tony Khan, not Tony Khan, Tony Schiavone with the Acclaim. Next week is National Scissor Day. Roy,
Sure
everyone bring your scissors to the arena. Maybe that's a issue with messaging.
Yeah, it should be called National Scissor Me Day. But
yeah, something, because like people are going to be bringing real scissors to this. Yeah. Arn Anderson is not showing up.
I'm laughing at how pleased you are with yourself that you said that.
Oh, we love you, Arn. We love you, Arn. Let's remember to make a tweet about that next week. That's gonna go. That's gonna go. That's gonna trend. And please nobody steal it. Come on now. Let's be fair. That's gonna go big. We got to keep moving on, Roy. We got to keep moving on. I could just see Arn Anderson walking up to the building and being like the crows, and like where they're walking through the birds, and then they're all on the ground, and he just sees all these scissors, and he has this fucking panic attack. He gets out of there like Scooby-Doo. Oh. All right. We got to move on. Roy. We just got a Private Party. Still is with Andrade. Yeah. I thought they left.
Not for long.
But I thought they left, Roy.
I thought they left too.
Because Private Party is being treated like shit by Andrade. He's like, I own you. You're my employees. And then what's that guy's name? Jose, the manager?
Jose, the assistant.
Jose, the assistant says, yeah. And then Private Party is about to walk away like sad Charlie Brown, and then Tony Schiavone's just like, wait, guys, I got something to say to you. I've been meaning to say I usually stay impartial, but then it gets immediately interrupted by Matt Hardy, who's just like, I want you back. Like,
yeah.
It's just, Tony never got to finish his thought.
Yeah, I wonder what maybe Tony's thought was like, hey, maybe you guys should change your gimmick. I don't know. I usually stay impartial, but maybe it's time that you know.
What if Tony was about to ask if he could be their manager?
Yeah.
And then he got too shy because like Matt Hardy's gonna do it. You know, I'll never be good. And that'd be a fun thread to have throughout the rest of AEW, where Tony Schiavone's tried to get someone to be a manager for someone, and then he ends up managing Britt Baker. That's all the lead up. That's all we needed.
That's all it comes down to.
So Matt Hardy wants them back, and he's going to be different this time. Roy, then we got Ricky Starks versus Eli Isom. And this is short. And we get Starks doing the spear, and then the Rochambeau, and then a funny pin. Do you think that was a disrespectful pin? Do you like that?
No, I think it's fine.
He really fucked up that guy's abdomen. He fell on him hard,
yeah.
And the guy was just clutch. That was the most painful thing that night. We got Brett Turby's in the chat. Turby writes, L dub. You've been missing a wacky show there, Turbs. You're missing it.
Yeah, it's been wacky. This one's been wacky.
It's been wacky. Now we're here. Oh no, we're not here. We get another promo with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage that I basically, I think I went asleep, but I was still taking notes, and it was just like I was like looking at it, and I was just like, what? I don't care.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. I didn't care.
Brett says, "I'm sorry, guys. I was playing Fall Guys." Yeah, of course you were playing Fall Guys. Hey, Brett, maybe we could play Fall Guys together sometime. Hey, Roy.
Good.
I think you could play on PS4. We could do this. We could all play. Find me on PS Online. I'm Bread Jefferson. Bread like the bread Jefferson. Then we have to go to that main event, Roy. We're here. We made it to the promised land.
Go to the old main event. Bandito.
We're here. Chris Jericho versus Bandito. And you know what I hate, Roy? Bandito.
I like Bandito so much.
I don't think I get Bandito.
He's just a luchador that wears a bandit mask.
Yeah, no, I get that, but it's always getting in his eyes and in his face, and he keeps having to fix it.
Well,
and
he
that's
broke his
really
nose
silly. No,
today.
but no, before that, even before the broken nose, and I've seen it a million times. He's constantly fixing his mask. Maybe if you have to fix your mask all the time, get a different mask, because that mask is not working. It's unsafe, and you shouldn't use it. Bandido, get out of here with that dumb mask.
No.
There's better masks. There's better masks.
I love his mask.
Here comes Bandido looking like Orville Peck without the talent of Orville Peck.
Whoa,
I like Orville Peck. You like
yeah,
Orville
I know
Peck?
you like Orville Peck, but like, well, Orville Peck's the first person to wear a mask like that.
First person.
Are you
ever.
discrediting the generations of bandits that came before him?
No. I'm just saying it's just a bad idea for a mask because it gets in the way. And I don't like that stalling suplex at all, Roy.
Oh, I didn't like it tonight because he was very close to dropping Jericho.
Bless Jericho. Great job.
Great job.
He was at an angle the entire time, and Bandito was not fixing it. He's just like, use that core. I'm doing it.
I think Jericho did a really good job tonight because this was also Bandito did every one of his big moves. Bandito got all of his shit in. Bandito looked good. Bandito, this was an opportunity to spotlight Bandito. The crowd loved him. The crowd was super behind him.
Yeah,
because we all knew Jericho was going to win. So
and it was a good match, even though I have my problems with Bandito. It was a good match, and the blood looked really cool. I love that blood on the mask. That's the best part of that mask is that blood. That looked so cool. It looked like he was coughing it up.
She might have been. Who knows?
And my sling went out 5 minutes, the 3 minutes towards the end. What happened?
Jericho won after pulling Bandito's mask over
Off?
his eyes.
No.
No,
he
over
did?
his eyes. Yeah.
Moron.
Yeah. And then after the match was over, Bobby Cruz, who's the Ring of Honor ring announcer, interviewed Jericho. And Jericho said that on October 12th or 13th or whatever, Jericho, when they're in Canada, Jericho challenged Danielson for the Ring of Honor championship. So they're going to fight for a third time for the Ring of Honor title in Toronto, I think Toronto. And then he said, I'm going to destroy the legacy of Ring of Honor. I'm going to destroy Ring of Honor forever, including the ring announcer. And then he beat the shit out of Bobby Cruz.
That's very funny. But you know what this means?
What?
Danielson's winning that championship.
I don't think so.
I'm certain of it now. Now it makes sense why Jericho beat Claudio for it, because they want to get the belt on Danielson. So that I think that's it.
Jericho's not going to lose in Canada.
I think he is going to lose in Canada.
Okay. I love it.
I hope so, right?
Sure.
Let's hope so. Because I think that makes the most sense to have Danielson if you're trying to make this serious and have real Ring of Honor matches, because I like Jericho, but he's not doing real Ring of Honor matches.
Yeah, sure, of course not. But you don't have a Ring of Honor show right now, so do whatever you want with that title.
Sure, but you want it to be representative of the show that you're going to be having.
I guess, but Jericho's going to draw more attention to it than Danielson will also draw a ton of attention to it. Yeah,
and he's also representative of the band.
Garcia, to be honest.
Yeah. But it's representative of the brand. I don't know. We have a bunch of comments here. Mose writes, Red, this match with Starks is what is called a squash.
Mose is going at it tonight, baby.
Brett says Mox vs. Juice should have been the main event. Agreed. At least Juice and Mox have a history with the commentators kept bringing up. Jericho was the clear-cut winner before this one started. Yeah, we all knew what was going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right. There's a chance Juice could have won that. Brett says it was like a Rampage main event. Yep, definitely felt like that too. Woodsy has a comment that was retracted, but I know what it was because I saw it. Woodsy the Beast said, Bandito is my Gargano O'Reilly. You know how Brett loves O'Reilly, Joe loves Gargano? Woodsy the Beast loves Bandito. And now they got shy about it. We love you, Woodsy the Beast. Let your freak flag shine.
Yeah, I love Bandito. Red hates Bandito.
We all love we don't love Bandito. Mose writes, Roy, can you explain to Red what a costume gimmick is?
I'm not even sure. What's it like? Bandito is like a costume gimmick?
I guess. I don't even know what is a costume gimmick, Mose? Let me know. Brett writes, when Claudio wrestled Dustin Rhodes for the Ring of Honor title a few weeks ago, nobody actually watched that. I tried to watch it. It just wasn't that good.
It was fine. It was
fine. It wasn't what I was expecting. Woodsy writes, that's 4 straight weeks of broken noses in AEW.
Wow.
Who was it? Who we got? We got
Ruby broke her nose.
Ruby.
Britt broke her nose last week.
Bandito.
I don't know who the fourth is.
Who is that, Woodsy? We want to know.
Jericho? Jericho broke his nose.
Oh, did he with Eddie? Oh,
Eddie
okay.
or Mox, one or the other.
I think it was Eddie in that barbed wire everywhere match. That wasn't 4 weeks though. I think it's more than that.
So
Brooklyn Bleak says
else.
Maybe. I'm surprised Tony Khan hasn't brought in PJ Black, FKA, formerly known as Justin Gabriel, since he brings in all the ex-WWE guys. He was much better in Ring of Honor, though, with Flip Gordon.
He was also fun in Lucha Underground with Johnny Mundo and Jack Evans.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like it a lot. And he was the werewolf, right? He's missing a finger.
The Darewolf.
The Darewolf. He's missing like a few digits.
Yeah. He's had a crazy life.
Yeah, he's nuts. I love him. Brooklyn Bleak says, nah, they're using Jericho to draw attention to Ring of Honor like they did when they put the AEW title on, making him the first champ. We talked about this last week, and that's where I think it's going to. But now that there's going to have this match in Canada, Danielson, it just makes more sense for Danielson to be having it because Jericho does not need to hold this title long for it to shift momentum. Like, I think him holding it shifted momentum. Give it to Danielson because then you have like, I don't know. That's my take. You disagree?
I go back and forth. Could be either.
Mose writes, Jericho wrecking Ring of Honor is an interesting angle. Yeah, but like it's an interesting angle. I agree, it's interesting, but it's just kind of like that's not a great way to start a company.
The company's already started. Like, you're fine. It's an established company.
Yeah, I guess. Brooklyn Bleak says, all I know is that there won't be a Jericho versus Gresham match for sure. There won't be. Which actually I would like. S is in the chat.
S is here.
The match was great.
Hi, S.
The match was great. Made Bandito look like $1 million and set up Jericho versus Ring of Honor storyline. It was a great main event. Well, what? You're right, S. It was a great main event. I don't think it was a bad match. I don't think it's a bad match. I thought it was a good match. I'm not a big fan of Bandito. That's it.
Sure.
I thought it was a good match. Brooklyn Bleak says that. So Brooklyn Bleak agrees. Then S writes, so many close calls in the main event. Had so much heat. I guess it was like Rampage main event since it was a good match. Oh, that's coming in hot. And then Woodsy to be says, Jericho broke his nose in the first match with Danielson. Oh, is that true? Must have rebroke it from...
Okay.
He must have rebroke it from Eddie.
Yeah, he had... I get confused because he bled a bunch over the last few weeks between the Jericho, the Moxley spot. I guess, yeah, he did lead in Danielson's. He's just bled a lot. A lot.
And we're finally at the Mose writes just to piss me off. See, Red, when there is super heel when there is a super heel wrecking, that means there can be a face to save Ring of Honor. Yeah, I get it, Mose.
Sure.
I get it, but I don't think that's what they're going to do because
you don't think it's going to be Danielson.
I just think Danielson is going to win it, and I don't think that's not a way to start a company and yes, it is starting a company, right? Because like it's definitely being watched by more people than it's ever watched before.
Maybe.
We have to get going, Brian.
Yeah, we got to get out of here.
This is it. We're cooked gooses. These gooses are cooked. We're going to be seeing each other on Saturday for the weekly wrestle, but next week, Roy and I are going to be doing this live.
We're going to be doing it live in the same building.
We should rent out a bar and do it at
Rent out a bar.
Rent out a bar. No, I'm not renting out a bar. We'll just do it at a bar. We'll just say to Mohawk, like,
you know what we should try to do? This isn't going to work. This isn't going to happen already. But we should go to Uncle Mowat's and do it with Uncle Mowat.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Mowat's coming on. We're getting them back. Brooklyn Bleak says, did you see Bobby Fish pooping up on...
What?
Did you see Bobby Fish pooping up on Impact's victory? He did write pop pooping, but I said it pooping and I'm keeping it. Popping up on Impact's Victory Road 22 pay-per-view. Random, and I wonder if O'Reilly will pop up and tag with Fish against Motor City Machine Guns. No, Kyle O'Reilly knows where his bread is buttered. Bobby Fish is an idiot.
Bobby Fish is going to go for the X Division title and have good matches with Mike Bailey. I'm excited.
Oh, and make $20 a night while doing it. Most writes, lol, Derby says, man, a tight 1 hour show. What the hell happened? Oh, you have no idea. Watch the replay. You'll enjoy it. And by the way, friends, we don't do a Patreon. If you're trying to give us money on Patreon,
we gotta change that.
We got to change that. But I will say this. If you want to give a great gift to someone this year, if you want to give a really great gift to someone, mainly us, tell people about the show.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah.
You're
Let them know
as
that
interns,
we read comments.
we ask very little of you as interns. As a matter of fact, this is probably the least
like
work
the show
you'll ever
and tell
get from
people
an
about
internship.
it.
Just tell one person about it, huh?
Yeah.
Let's tell one person, all right? And then Brett says Kyle Riley also just had a neck fusion surgery, sadly. Brooklyn Lee
So it's
says,
gonna be a
whatever.
while.
Fish versus Bailey sounds great. It does sound great. But we have to get
Fish versus Bailey sounds awesome.
Yeah, let's get some Fish and Bailey.
Gotta get out of here.
We got to get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been the Loser Leaves Wrestling. This is the Woos and What's of AEW Dynamite. My name is Red Jefferson. I'm here with Roy. See you on Saturday for the weekly Wrestle 40.
Saturday, baby.
What are we doing? Best
40.
commercials.
We're doing it.
We're doing the best top 10 wrestler commercials. Top 10 wrestler commercials. We don't have to do it. We can save it for next week. Want to save it for next week?
We are.
Let's save it for 41. Who the fuck cares? We'll do it for 42. Jackie Robinson. That's better than 40 anyway.
Ooh, now we're cooking.
Let's celebrate Jackie on 42. We're going to get the top 10s. Later, skaters. Woody B says, are we going to have a full show Saturday or not? Full show. S says, you keep
full show, baby.
S says, you keep skipping my comments that you give your props for the Arn Anderson joke. This is the third time I've told you how great it was. S, I did not see it at all.
S,
it's not popping up here. S, I'm so sorry.
S.
I'm so sorry that I thank you, S. Thank you. And let's end it on that. Have a great night, everyone.
You're the best. See
You're
ya.
the best, S. See you in the Discord.
You all are the best.
Join the Discord. Bye bye. 5,
join the Discord.
4, 3, 2.
Ole. 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 Ole.